Hello, but we're going to do something today. So I'm going to edit this video a bit. It's going to be exciting and interesting, I hope. I'm going to talk for a minute though while I wait on my grab bike. Maybe I'll film the trip there. You can see my face is all broken out. I figured out what was doing it because my arm started getting sore because I was actually, trying to get it back in shape and get it where I still can't raise it up too high, but it's over my head now, so making progress. And it was getting sore because I was doing that. So this guy thinks I'm down here. What I did was to start taking codeine again. Hi, 57. Yep. Yeah, going to the Temple of Literature. That's where we're going today, the Temple of Literature. So I'll do this with one hand. Oh, I've got the camera so I can actually see. Not helping that I can see. I actually did better when my arm was broken. Okay, anyway. Excuse me, is this okay? Okay. Yeah? Okay. All right, he doesn't mind. Oh, I'm so fat, I sit on these things and they practically knock over. Okay, so if you can hear me at all, then I will tell you I started taking the codeine again. It caused my face to break out. So that is what's causing that. And it wasn't even the best thing. I shouldn't have started taking it. I should have gone and got the anti-inflammatory, the Celebrex, because that worked much better. And so I did start taking that, and it is working much better. It doesn't take away all the pain from, trying to work your muscles and your joints back into normal shape. You're going to get pain from that, but the Celebrex does 100 times better. The painkiller really wasn't doing much because it's not just regular pain; it's from inflammation. And of course, if you kill any pain doing that, then it causes you to, put more effort, do more stuff, which just causes more inflammation, and then eventually it overwhelms the painkiller. Anyway, so I even know codeine is a real painkiller, but it works pretty well on what we had before. Yeah. Okay, so we're here. Uh, I don't know if there are people in there. I almost thought it wasn't open. All right, so the place we're going today is the Temple of Literature, and I've seen it on the map and advertised online and stuff like a million times. Had no idea what it was really. Apparently, it is a um, Confucian temple. So it's a Confucian temple. It's like 1,000 years old. You know, and I'll do a voiceover later that'll explain what it is or something. Or at least give more than I got right now, which is just that it looks cool. So I'm gonna go across the street and get a shot. Crazy. I like this. I'm doing this voice. This is not a voiceover. I'm doing this as I go because I just read this and I want to like throw this in there for you guys. So all of these stelae here, there's quite a few of them. They're on both sides of the courtyard. As I told you, this Confucian temple, and Confucianism is all about education. I mean, it's kind of the basis of Chinese society. But also heavily influences probably all of Asia, but certainly much of Asia. I'm getting some autofocus here, and I supposedly turned that off. Maybe I need to. Well, it's not the focus, it's white balance? I don't know what it is. I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, these things are big stelae with names inscribed on them, although you can't read the names anymore, but originally they had names on them. And they're all on top of a turtle. And the turtle represents permanence. That's why they're all on turtles. I guess because turtles live a long time, which they do. And the names are the names of graduates. So a Confucian temple will often be an academy of some sort as well. The purpose of this one here was to train people to work for the emperor or king. I don't know who was in charge in Vietnam at the time, but so they're working for the emperor, and they had to be educated and trustworthy, and they were going to basically run some part of the kingdom. So these are people who graduated in the several hundred years this temple was active, and yeah, that's it. That's what this is all about. I love that. The graduating class gets their name inscribed on a stele or stele, steel. I don't know. For like 1,000 years. It's pretty impressive. Better than just a diploma, isn't it? They said that they didn't all seem to be intact. It said that they were hidden. They were buried in sand and surrounded by concrete during the war to protect them from aerial bombardment. And looks like it worked. so I came across this guy while I was there, just doing, what he does. This you find this sort of stuff at tourist sites all the time. They're gonna, paint your name on a scroll or something, and I always avoid it. Usually there's a crowd. People are fascinated. He's painting on a piece of paper, and I don't like people, so I usually go away. Today there was a small group there, but they left pretty quickly, and he was just sitting there waiting. And I also think it's always going to be so expensive to get these things. And I asked the guy in front of me, and he said, "Oh, it's 100,000 dong, which is $4." And I was like, $4? I mean, this is a good souvenir, I think. Something to hang on the wall. So I went for it this time, and I think I'm going to make a policy of doing more of this stuff because it's something interesting that was not just bought off a shelf. So I liked this thing, and it was fun to watch him do it. This is my the transliteration of my name in Chinese, and I just had to look it up and show it to him, and he put on his little glasses and looked for a minute. He's like, "Yeah, I can do that one." And it's Wei Si, by the way, is how you say it. Most people get messages. They have a whole book of peace and love and all the different things you can choose from. And Vietnamese people don't know any more about Chinese writing than we do, so they're just going off of the messages. But I was like, I know my name in Chinese. I'd rather have that. It's probably silly to have your name written on this thing, but to be honest, I wasn't impressed with the messages of peace and love anyway. So I went ahead and had it done, and it's great. I like it. I'm glad I did it. If you're ever get the chance to have one done, check the price. They might not be as expensive as you think they would be. I mean, that's a nice piece of paper. It's a nice wall hanging. And that's the ancient Vietnamese secret. Go at the sucker with a hair dryer. Here we go. I just got a scroll with my Chinese name written on it. I mean, my name in Chinese. I didn't pick a Chinese name. I just went with Wes, which is, in Chinese, it's kind of like the South. Everything, if it's one syllable, it turns into two. So in Chinese, my Wes is pronounced Wei Si, and 2 syllables is enough for a Chinese name. If I did my whole name in Chinese, it would be really, really long, and Chinese name's not that long. So anyway, I had him write my Chinese name, even though obviously this is not China, but he was cool with it because he was doing calligraphy, and that's a Chinese thing, and they use Chinese, in fact, in the book where you pick your thing that you want written down. Everybody else picks a phrase because it's silly to have your name, but since white people don't know the difference, I just put my name on there. Anyway, yeah, wow. So I had to do that, and I always avoid stuff like that at tourist sites. I'm like, oh, they're just gonna, gouge you. It's gonna be way too expensive. I don't want to do that, and avoid stuff like that. Today I decided to do it because I'll get it on film, so I took a little video of it, and that was good. It's $4 to get a handwritten calligraphy scroll, which I'll hang at home. And my face looks awful. It's healing up already. You can't tell it because it looks so bad, but it's actually healing. 2 days ago it was much worse than this. All these things were open and they wouldn't close up. But yeah, they seem to be scabbing over and healing now since I stopped taking that codeine. Alright, I'm going to cut that out because you don't need to know it. It just looks bad. Whoa, cool tree. Okay, I got some stuff I got to shoot in this courtyard. I think this is the end of it. It's actually quite a big site. There's a lot of little temples and things. Which it used to be, like I said, it used to be a temple, but a Confucian temple is also like an education. Sorry. Yeah, going for coffee now. So that was really cool. I making noises, but it's not telling me anything. I was hoping there'd be a coffee shop here on the grounds, but there's not, and I have to adjust this. Sorry. I'll learn where to put it before I start one day. Yeah. Anyway, so one last look. It was nice. It was a lot of fun. Look at this tree. I put it in there. I got a shot of it, but that's a crazy looking tree. Anyway, all right, off we go. I'm gonna go edit this and post it. Bye. At the coffee shop. Okay, well, that's it for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll do it again next week. I don't know what I'll find next